So, interviews are one of the best ways to connect with the top influencers in the market out there. And not only that, but also it helps you to leverage other people's audience as well and share their content to your audience in order to make that cross audience out of each other as well. Even though videos are like in-person interviews are like one of the best ways to do it as well, but we can't do it all the time because if someone here in Pakistan and he want to interview someone who is all the way in US, it becomes harder for you to do or almost impossible for you to do it to do in-person interviews. So guys, what's up, RJ here back in this video, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to do remote interviews out there or virtual interviews so that you will be able to interview your potential guest and be able to do conversation with them and also help to merge each other's audience, share data, build relations, and so much more. So if you haven't subscribed to his channel out there, be sure to subscribe to his channel, be sure to hit the notification bell on, and let's talk about it. So if you ever been the part of my show's audience, if you ever seen my podcast or show, which is interviews with entrepreneurs, I interview my guests virtually using a lot of different tools, and I interview them. I spend the time, I ask great questions, then we go in and repurpose that content out there. They share it on their profile, I share it on my profile, and it is actually a win-win situation. So I actually want to first of all talk about the general tips, and then I'm going to talk about my personal favorite tool that initially I use for the virtual or remote based interviews out there and how it works out in pretty much better way. So the number one tip for you guys is making sure that you are in a room where the sound is not echoing that much. A lot of time what happens is when you're speaking out there, the room is empty, and just because of that the sound is coming back from where it's going right now on the mic, so which leads to a lot of noise, a lot of echo, a lot of like different sort of distractions. The first thing that you want to make sure you are in a room where room is filled with things like blanket or carpets or things such like that, so that there are not much echo, and you have to avoid that. The second thing is making sure you have better equipment. Now, I don't mean that you need to have a Shure SM7B microphone out there, spend over like $800 to $900 out there, things like that, to have a better microphone. That's not what I mean. What I really meant by that is you need to have at least a microphone which have a better audio quality. Even though if you're doing remote video interviews, let's say if you're repurposing to audio interviews out there, those people are going to be listening than watching more of the time. So if they're listening, if the audio is not that perfect, they're going to be leaving it up like right away. So one of the person I follow, who is Pat Flynn, he talks about it a lot. One of the best way to keep retention on podcast is if someone is listening to you and then he keeps the phone back in his pocket just to keep listening to it. So this is why audio and how you engage with them using that audio is important. So this is why having a better microphone which allows you to have the ability so people can listen to you better is important. I use Blue Snowball microphone. I don't use a fancy microphone for now. I'm using it from quite a time, probably ever since I've started the show itself. I'm using that. So at least have a microphone which have a better sound quality and you can make things work out. The next thing which is important for you guys is a better internet connection. Internet is the bloodline of when you're doing remote interviews, because if you don't have a better internet, the sound quality gets choppy, the video gets choppy, they can't listen to you. One of the most frustrating things what happens in shows or virtual interview stuff is when you're trying to say something or your guest is trying to say something and you just interrupt it right away and they're on the verge of speaking or they haven't stopped speaking and then you spoke it, and then there is a awkward situation or scenario for that. So you have to make sure either you're close to your modem or things like that, or connected your wire internet, or you have to make sure you have internet in such a way where these lagging stuff doesn't happen. This is most particularly one of the most awkward situations out there when you do video based interviews. Which is important for you guys is a better streaming platform. So as I talked about the tool that I use, I'm going to talk about itself, but most of the time what people use is tools like Zoom. Even though Zoom is better for doing general calls, Zoom have become huge, especially when COVID hit. You can use Zoom for doing calls, but when it's come about you doing interviews, the quality is not that good, especially for the video one. Not only that, but also Zoom have a weird sort of format of the video itself. So if you're using Zoom, it becomes harder for you to go in and repurpose that content. You can 100%, but you have to work even lot in order to make it look better. So what I use is StreamYard. StreamYard is one of my favorite tool out there in order to use it every single time for my remote interviews out there. So let's go to StreamYard and let's talk about it. So as you can see right now, I'm using StreamYard out there, and what I really like about StreamYard is the image quality. Like, it looks 720p, or it looks pretty good quality out there even when you go in and do the repurposing out there. Not only that, they have multiple different set of frames. Usually, they have different set of frames that you want to use, so you can use it for solely purpose as well if you want to do lives and all of those other things as well. But I usually use this cropped layout because it shows it side by side, so it becomes easier for me to go and do the repurposing out there, and my video editor does it like fast. And so not only that, it have like more additional features, which if you're doing it live, it makes it more interesting or more on a retention base for your audience. Like, you can add different banners. You can add different banners out there. If you have some things out there, you can set your personal brand stuff as well. If you see these red colors and everything, that is part of my personal brand, especially when it comes to my show itself. Not only that, you can also add many more things as well, such as your overlays. If you have your overlays out there as well, for me, I have my own intro. I just go in and use that intro all the time whenever I start my show itself. So you can do that as well. You can add the video clips if you want to have a b-roll live doing it, which is like, pretty impressive for the guests as well. Every time I do interviews plus intros, they love it. They're like, oh wow, you're doing it real time, and you're doing it like, damn, you're the only person out there who's doing it at the moment. When you're doing it, you don't have a team. So this is why it makes it super easy. You can have a private chat with your guests as well. You can do certain customized settings as well. If you want to add multiple cameras, you can do that as well. You can do so many things out there in StreamYard without many of the complications out there, for sure. Now, when we talk about StreamYard out there, StreamYard have a free plan. You can check it out in the description and in the comment section down below, so you can sign up for free. The only thing with the free plan is it comes with a StreamYard a StreamYard logo, something like that on the top right. So it comes with a StreamYard logo initially, so you can't remove that logo out there on a free plan. Now, if you're if you're someone out there who want to take it seriously, I would highly suggest to go for a StreamYard's paid plan. Their paid plan, the basic plan which they have, costs $25 per month, and most of the times you need only that. You don't need a higher plan out there. If you don't have like many things to do, or if you don't have many people in your team out there, you can use $25 per month plan without having any sort of issues. I'm using that plan from probably 1.5 years out there. I don't had any other problems out there at all. So I'm using that. It's working for me, and all of the other stuff. Apart from that, what are the other things you could possibly do is, once everything gets done, once the interview got done, what you could possibly do is you can download the video and audio separately as well. So you can download the video in super HD quality, and you can also download the audio if you want to repurpose it directly on the audio based platform as well. You can do that as well. So StreamYard makes it super easier out there for you to make your remote interview shows make super easy. All you need to do, if you want to get a guest on your show, all you need to do, go to invite and copy this clipboard link out there, and you can go in and get those guests on your show, which is pretty powerful. So yeah guys, this was the lesson that I wanted to talk about, like how to do remote interviews out there when you are not in a physical location. So I hope it helps, and be sure to subscribe to our channel, and I will definitely gonna see you guys on the other side. Plus, if you want to learn how to interview a guest effectively, not only that, build a relationship with them, but also monetize your business around your show, you can click on the link below. I would love to help you out as well. I have done that for myself. I've interviewed over $400 million worth of entrepreneurs. Not only that, been able to build relation, been able to monetize as well. I've been able to launch my book just using the process of interviews out there, and been able to have my guests promote for me. So if you are someone out there who wants to do things like that, there is a link down below. You can check out the course. If you want to work one-on-one with me, there is a link for that as well. You can book up a call and we see if you're a good fit. We'll move forward with that. So that's it guys for now, and I will see you guys next time.